Hey guys, John Rapp here with the Feelfree Fishing Team. Glad to have you guys with us tonight down here at Ace Adventure Resort in Oak Hill, West Virginia at the water park. You'll see some of the girls here from the school trip passing by as they walk through. They are all down here enjoying the water park and resort. So, um, I've got a lot of good information to put out tonight. I've got marketing director Roland Jimenez on the side waiting to jump on the talk. We are here to talk about a great event that we do every year, and that's that right there, Summer Slam 2023. So let's bring on Roland and start chit-chatting about the event and all the other news that he wants to get us up to speed on. Roland, welcome to the show, brother.
What's up, John? How you doing?
Good, sir. So we are rocking and rolling from Ace Adventure Resort. Hey, talk to us about the Feelfree Summer Slam. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited about it. I think we've been doing this for what, 4 years now? Is this our fourth one?
This is our fourth one in 5 years. The COVID year kept us all suspended.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and for those who've participated in the past, it's the same concept. It's a friendly online fishing tournament. We call it a customer appreciation event because we want to give back to our customers who buy our kayaks and use them for, well, fishing. And I think it's a great way for the community to come together and not just Feelfree, but Three Waters, Sea Stream, and even Johnny Boats. There are some rules, of course, to what you can or can't use, but at the end of the day, any of those kayaks are acceptable, as you stated in the rules on the SummerSlam page over at Tourney X. But we're excited this year because there's two new things that we're doing, and one, we're kind of streamlining some things, right, to make it easier for people to understand what the prizes are, and just to kind of talk a little bit about that. We're starting off with a $100 credit to feelfreeus.com for the weekly leader. And of course, those 3 weeks lead up to the grand prize winner. But in addition to the $100 credit, we're also giving away $50 credits to those who get Big Bass of the Week. So there's three Big Bass of the Week as well. And then finally, a $25, and I believe we did this last year as well, and it was your idea, if I recall correctly, to get our community to share their photos of what they're catching. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the catch, but a cool photo of the experience that they had when they were participating in the tournament, whether it's a cool sunset or a picture of their boat before they launched, whatever it may be. And as long as they hashtag us, we can go and search these on the groups. And collectively, as a group, we decide who wins the weekly $25 gift certificate rather, prize. But people are going to ask, well, what's the grand prize? And this year we chose the Moken 10 PDL. It's been a wildly popular kayak that we launched a couple of months ago, and it's getting a lot of traction. And the reason we felt it'd be a great prize is because everyone already has their setup, right? Their big fishing tournament kayak all rigged up and ready to go. And the Moken 10 would be a great alternative to what they already have, whether it's they want to bring a friend or family member along, or their wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and or as an option to use that, say, coming home from work, where they just want to jump off and hit a pond and they don't want to take their big rig, they can take their little Moken 10 PDL. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Moken 10 PDL, it's don't think of it as a small, tiny kayak for small people. It's actually built. It's designed to accommodate larger, not necessarily larger folks, but full-size grown adults.
Full-size grown.
You did that, didn't I? Didn't point to you.
260-pound men with full fishing gear and everything. So hey, I'm going to pull up.
Yeah, I mean it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up our Summer Slam video that we have queued up and let everybody see
Awesome.
what we got going on here.
Bring it.
Again, our boys from the marketing team kill it. You know, you guys kill it there in the marketing team, man. I mean, you got Colby and Jake, and you guys are always putting out great information and great videos. Guys, if you saw that video on the side, it's got the Feel Free USA YouTube page. It has a lot of great information that Roland, Colby, and all them guys put out on our kayaks. You can see the latest, just like the Moken 10 PDL that that's been put out here recently. So
Yeah.
that's our grand prize boat. I mean, so if you want to research it, that's right there. You can look at it all. And we've got guys. I
Yeah.
mean, Roland can tell you we've got guys that have already got the Moken 10 PDL in their pocket, and they're pumping out videos. Ricky Banks, Mike McKinstry just put out a post. I mean, so there's reviews out there for you guys to go look at, and everybody is screaming very good, great praises over that kayak, which we knew they would. I mean, the Moken series, it's the rock of the fleet. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah, and then it's a great, I don't want to go on and on about the Moken 10 PDL. Like you said, you can go on YouTube. There's already a bunch of videos. Go on our website. A bunch of dealers have them already. And one of the things I did want to mention was the prize value is $14.99. So it's in my opinion, a great grand prize for those participating. Um, and one of the things I want to mention is, it is a friendly competition, but man, there were some big bass being caught last year. I mean, we had a
Yeah,
lot of 20-inch plus. I think, what was the biggest one that was caught last year? Was it 23,
I think
a
it was
little over
23.
23 inches?
Yeah, I think it was 23 and a quarter. We had a couple guys from Florida.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, of course, the guys from Florida,
yeah,
right?
Jason and Danny and all them guys down there. They got some honey holes. They know where to go find them big girls.
Yeah, yeah, and we got Bobby in the Northwest who he caught a 20-inch.
Yeah, Bobby finished in the top
Jonathan
10.
Dominguez in
Yeah,
Missouri,
yeah.
Oregon. Yeah. So
I,
anyway, it'll be a fun event, and like again, it is a friendly online event, and we open it up to our fan base, or rather our customer base. And there is one more thing I want to mention this year. And after a collaboration with John, we decided that we go ahead and just make it a free event. Again, to show our appreciation for everybody, and for those who chose Feel Free Three Water, Seastream, and Johnny boats. So no entry fee.
yeah, I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat. It's free. I mean, guys. And speaking of another big fish guy right there, Frizzy Zamora down in Florida, he smacked us around last year and took some prize money, I believe. Um, but yeah, it's free. We eliminated the $5 entry fee for our people. The, again, as Roland has indicated, if you have a Johnny boat, if you have a Feel Free kayak, a Free Waters kayak, or a Seastream kayak, you're in. Just sign up. You got 3 weeks to go fish. Hashtag your photos, and let's blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate you, John, for helping organize this, and of course the rest of the team. I know we got a lot of support from many of our team members, and I do recognize that and I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I'm truly thankful to our customers who chose our products, and we look forward to a great event. And as far as dates go, can you remind me? I think we're starting on June 3rd.
June 3rd. It starts on a Saturday. It's 3 weeks long after that, and it ends on Sunday evening, or yeah, I think Sunday evening, the 25th. The 25th. And guys,
Awesome.
the way we'll do this is we've got a bunch of our Feelfree team guys are going to be judging in the background. They will judge, and then on Monday, we will go through and we'll look through all the hashtag photographs. We will look at the scores and the big bass. And this is all transparent. You should be able to see where you're at if you had the big bass, if you had the lead for the week. And another thing, Roland, we haven't touched on for our members out there is that we have an excellent pro staff. Excellent pro staff. A lot of guys do a lot of good fishing. They're competitive
Yep.
fishermen. Some of the guys, because of the Summer Slam, are on our team. Like you mentioned earlier, we wouldn't even know about our one of our uh, contributing members from out west. He's our editor. He works on our website. He puts up our blogs, helps you with those kind of things. And that's Bobby, and that's only because he put up a great photograph during the Summer Slam, and I reached out to him and said, "Hey, man, you need to go hashtag that photograph. It's a beautiful photograph." And from there, we
Yep.
developed a relationship. So my point with that was you're going to see a bunch of the pro staff guys fishing this event, and they're going to do well. But Roland, and if you look into the rules on Tourney X, which we'll throw up here in just a little bit, you'll see that they can't take home the grand prize. Roland stipulated to the team members, hey, I want you to go out and participate and share and have a great time. But these prizes are for our customers. And although we know you're a customer, you're part of our family and our team, we will give you credit toward being part of the team. So they're not going to take away from you guys out there, customers. So sign up and compete with us and show us that you can hang with us.
I love it.
I love it. Now, if I hope I covered that right, but I think I did.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
that
folks can read that,
you
and then
got it, man.
you go to Tourney X. Um, so, hey, Roland, no, we've covered Summer Slam pretty good. Um, let's so when you guys go to Tourney X, you'll see it. You can see our old Summer Slams. This one for 23 is the Feelfree Summer Slam. Click on that, and there's already quite a few people signed up because when I created the page earlier today, I went and sent invites to 77 people that fished last year using the Tourney X email. But you can see all of the rules here and everything that we've talked about, the links to our social media pages, and what hashtags we want to use. Now, this year, guys, it's very important when you sign up, go to the it's the identifier section and print out your identifier, which will have the Summer Slam logo, like this right here. Except it won't have the 23. It'll have your boat in it, like the Feel Free, the Johnny, or the Sea Stream or Three Waters. Print out that belongs to you, your family, a boat, and laminate it, put it on your boat, and use that as your identifier for this event. But it right there on Tourney X is where to go. That'll help you get involved, get to where we got to go.
Yeah, and if you have trouble finding it, just go to the search bar on Turning X and just type in Feelfree Summer Slam. It'll pop up.
Yeah, exactly. Man, so we talked about this grand prize. It's PDL. It's the 10-foot Moken 10-foot. But I believe you have a little bit of inside information that you're getting ready to pass out to us on its bigger brother, the
Yeah,
12.5. The
the
12.5.
12.5, it hasn't been a big secret or anything. I mean, we've been talking about it for some time since iCast, and quite frankly, it's already on our website. And but what I wanted to talk about today is the fact that they are being shipped out to dealers over the next couple of weeks, and we got the first batch ready to go. But speaking of the Moken 12.5, it's a great kayak. I actually was one of the few people who got to test drive the prototype, and we talked about that
Yes,
several months ago.
we showed it. Yeah,
And
we
I
did.
was really impressed with the performance of this boat. I didn't design it. I'm not the designer. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. I had nothing to do with the design except that I was one of the prototype testing individuals, and I really appreciate what it had to offer. I'm a big Moken guy. I've been using,
Yeah.
in fact, I've been using a Moken 14 for a very long time, and then I switched over to Moken 12. And I'm not really the kind of person that likes to pedal kayaks. I'm more of a traditional paddle kind of guy. But man, I was super impressed with the performance of this kayak. I mean, as for those of you familiar with the Moken 12 V2, it's a very nimble, very easy to use kayak. It's fairly quick. It still has plenty of stability. It's not our most stable kayak by any means, but you bring all that and you put a pedal on it, and a simply designed pedal, right? So the combination of the entire thing is just, in my opinion, optimal, and I think it's going to be a big hit. And already the ones that are coming in are being, dealers just trying to snag them up, and we've got a lot of customers asking about it. So my suggestion to you at this time would be to go to our website, feelfreeus.com, go to our dealer locator and contact your dealer, support your local outfitters and find out if they got some coming in. If they don't, bring it up and tell them you're interested in it.
Definitely. Good point. Yeah. I know as a team member, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one and taking it out, playing with it, seeing how we can dress it up. My go-to boat the past 2 years has been the Moken 12.5, rigged out with an MK 180. I've got the unibar on it, side rails from Yak Gadget. I mean, just dressed up to the hilt. So sitting right over here, just out of view, but
Yeah.
ready to go. Don't leave home without it now that I'm retired. So might go fish anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, and for those of you, one thing I do want to mention is, for those of you who are not familiar with the Moken 12, it is a stable kayak. It's kind of our go-to standard platform that it was our first fishing kayak. It's been around for ages. I think it's been proven over, time and time again. But you're not going to stand up and dance on this thing. Some people will, but if you're looking for true stability and a lot of people are asking, well, why did you do the Moken 12? If you got the Lure 11 5 and the Lure 13 with the overdrive, and not everybody wants those bigger platforms with all that capacity. So the Moken 12 is a great alternative for those who aren't, again, going to be standing up the entire time they're fishing.
Totally agree. Yeah, I'm 260. I can stand in it, but I would be afraid to set a hook on a big fish. That I might be dancing in it a little bit or hitting the water, but it's definitely uh, it's definitely a capable boat, no doubt about it. And like you said, it's designed for speed. It's a fast boat. Um, I can push all the weight that I put in my boat with my NK 180. It will push my Moken at 5 miles an hour, which is, I'm very impressed with that. So I just love it. So we got Chris Gomes, Rick
Yeah.
Garvalia, Frisbee Zamora in the chat room. Hey guys, hope you guys will
What's up,
be
guys?
available in the Feelfree chat here in a few minutes. Roland, you want to take a break and we'll be right back? Get us a drink of water and do all that kind of stuff. Hey guys, John Rapp. I'm back. We're back live, raw and unfiltered. We're streaming on the Feelfree Fishing Team page. We are also streaming to YouTube, my personal YouTube, and Twitter. So make sure you check them out. We're out there getting this information out to the masses. Today our topics are we're telling you all about the Summer Slam, and we are also uh, reintroducing the Moken 12.5. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us the first 20 minutes. I'm gonna bring back on our marketing director, Big Bones Jimenez. Hello, sir.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
He's back. Slim Shady's back.
I'm back.
Back again. Any final thoughts, man, or any other information you want to put out with about some of the stuff that's coming out for us in the near future before I try to sneak over and see if any of the team members are available?
Yeah, no, I think we covered it, man. The Moken 12.5 PDL, we got the Summer Slam in order, and I apologize, my dog's barking in the background. He's blind and he's deaf, so he just barks at, thin air.
The wind.
But I'm excited about this year's Summer Slam. I'm excited about the fact that it's free. We are capping the amount of entries at 100. So for those of you who do want to participate, I do encourage you to sign up as soon as possible. And I'm just excited about the prize, the grand prize that we have to offer this year. Again, for those of you who are just dialing in, the Moken 10 PDL. And man, I wish, I guess I probably won't be talking to many of our participants until after the fact. So I just want to wish everyone good luck, and I appreciate your support.
Outstanding. All right.
And thanks again to you, John, and the team for hosting this and helping us out. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Without a doubt, we got a great team. I don't know if we got any team
Yeah.
members over in the chat room, but we can go over and check. Roland, thank you for your time. I know you got stuff to do at the house. Be blessed, and I will chat with you soon.
Cheers. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Okay, while Roland's checking out, I'm going to throw us on a break here. I'm going to do an angler profile and show you some of our guys, the great team that we have assembled here. Some of the best best anglers in the nation. So let's start off with a good fella that all of y'all might know. He's up in the northern part of the states, and he has his own fishing show on the Outdoor Network.
When did I learn to fish? So my earliest memory of fishing was probably about 5 years old at family reunions, actually, in this little lake, and we would use bread and chicken and anything we had for food and put on a hook and catch bluegill left and right. It's definitely my earliest memory of fishing, at least, but I'm not sure when I learned. I feel like I'm still learning how to fish. Now, my favorite fishery. Now, most people in Michigan or anywhere in the country would assume that I would say Lake St. Clair because it's about 40 minutes away from me, but it's not. My home lake that I grew up on, it's where I film most of my show. It's a public lake. That's my favorite fishery. It's a small little 166-acre lake, but I've been fishing it for 27 years, so it's just, it's home to me. So definitely my favorite fishery. My favorite fishing technique, well, that one's pretty simple too. I do seminars on this all the time. Finesse fishing is my favorite, or patience fishing as I like to call it. But finesse fishing is my favorite because every single finesse bait, finesse technique is so unique and so much fun. And there's nothing like getting a huge strike on a small bait and a small setup with a really nice sensitive rod. So finesse fishing. So. Who would I want to go on a fun day of fishing with? Now, this is the easy answer for me. The answer's always been, since I was a little kid, and always will be, Mr. Bill Dance. I get to talk to him pretty often. I consider his family and himself friends of mine. They're great people, but I would love to go fishing with the legend himself, Mr. Bill Dance. My greatest fishing accomplishment. Now, I get this question a lot, and it's always the same answer, too, just like the first one. all the kids fishing camps that I get to do. I get to work with over 600 kids every summer, teaching them how to fish and giving them their first experience of their first fish. And to me, that's my greatest accomplishment, is that I'm able to inspire other people to go fishing and catch their first fish. Hope that helps you guys get to know a little bit more about me. And
All right, thank you, Mike. Now let's take up just a couple more minutes of your time. Let's show another another young angler that we have that's part of our team. He's from the great cold wetlands of Canada.
My father brought me fishing when I was 4, and I caught my first yellow perch, and I've been hooked ever since. Being from up north, we are usually quite good with finesse techniques, but surprisingly, I'm gonna have to say with the drop shot, I'm not a drop shot kind of guy. I usually struggle with it. I don't have much confidence, and I always seems to be to get hung up everywhere with it, lose a lot of weights. I'm definitely not a drop shot guy. I'm gonna have to say Richard B. Russell, South Carolina again. I had such a great time there. The fishing itself was great, and the lake was so beautiful. It was a very natural looking lake, and I just had such a great time there. I'm gonna have to go with a topwater bait. Obviously, I'm a big popper kind of guy. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say my girlfriend. If we could get on a great day of fishing together, that would be amazing. So on the boating side of things, I'm gonna have to say Jeff Gustafson. He's one of the Canadian elite guys on the tour, and I had a chance to talk to him a couple times at the previous Bassmaster Classics, and he's a great guy. He's a very calm guy, and yeah, I'm gonna have to go with him. And as a kayak angler, man, I'm gonna have to say, I guess, Cody Milton. And I had a chance to meet him in Texas a couple of years ago. We crossed paths again last year, and he just seems to be a fun guy to talk with.
Awesome interview. Appreciate you guys that have sent me some information on you, on your fishing, so we could show what the team is all about. Speaking of the team, I've got a couple guys online that have been hanging out. Let's bring these guys on and let them introduce themselves. Welcome, fellas. You can unmute your mics if you haven't already. On the top right, we have Ricky Banks from Tennessee. And the bottom, whew, my goodness, I believe that's old Maddie. Kyle, I'll tell you what, introduce yourselves, fellas, and tell us who you are, where you're from. Because some of you I haven't seen so long, and you've gotten ugly. I don't know how to introduce you.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay. Captain Rick Banks was on Feelfree way back and back on the team again. Went through some medical stuff and feels great to be back fishing and hitting it hard. Love to chase anything with fins. It's fun. I love big fish.
Amen.
And I'm Kyle Matlock. I'm from California. I've been with Feelfree for probably about 6 years now.
Yeah, you're one of our OGs, one of the old timers now.
Yeah,
OG.
I've been here for a long time, man. It's like family.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing about this group, man. Once you're here and you get to know a bunch of the people, you really, I mean, it's not about jumping ship. It's about staying with family, you know. And That's what I like about this group.
Yep.
So, Summer
That and the
Slam.
people are great.
Summer Slam. Kyle, I know you stepped up. You're going to do some judging. You going to fish it too?
Oh man. No, I'm not going to fish it this year. As you know, a lot of people don't know. I just got out of the hospital yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
So my summer is kind of gone. I I've got a little bit of a rotor recovery to me. So I don't think I'm going to be fishing at all this summer. But
Well, I definitely hope
I
that you're able to get out and enjoy some things sooner than later. I know that the situations that you're under is a little bit more serious than most people would think by looking at you, because you look healthy and strong and everything. But we as team members and as family know that you got a significant battle ahead of you, and we're going to keep you in our thoughts and prayers,
yeah,
brother.
for sure. No,
So
but I mean, as far as the Summer Slam, I mean, I help out every year, and I'm really looking forward to judging again this year. It's something that I always do. I don't think that I've ever actually like partook in the Summer Slam. I just enjoy supporting it and judging and seeing all these like awesome fish that these people are catching. It warms my heart, and I love it so much.
yeah, I like what we do here too, because a lot of our anglers don't fish tournaments. It's just recreational fishing for them, and this
Mhm.
this gives them a little taste, a little. They're educated on the ways. You and Cody, Jason, Jay are great judges, because if you do deny a fish because it didn't follow the guidelines that we've put forth through KBF. And for the folks that are watching that are part of the event, we followed the kayak bass fishing submission rules for bass submissions for photo submissions. So when you put your fish on your hog trough or your catch board, you the belly is facing you, the mouth is facing to your left. The fins are out away from you. The mouth has to be closed on the board and just laying flat with your identifier in the picture. Guys, it cannot be on the fish. It cannot be on the fish. It has to be somewhere in the picture, but not on the fish. So take a look at the rules so you're familiar with it. And Kyle and them are the greatest about sending you a message and saying, hey, nice fish. Happy you caught it. We know you got to enjoy a great catch, but this is where you failed, or this is where you need to improve when you're submitting a photo, so it will count and give you points, or win you a big bass prize or something. So and
Guys,
here's, go ahead, Kyle.
also a really big thing. Make sure those life jackets are on. I denied probably a dozen fish last year just because I didn't see a life jacket on when they were taking pictures and I could see your belly.
Yeah,
So make
yeah,
sure those life jackets are on, because I will DQ you for it, and I will tell you the reason why you're DQ'd. And I
yes,
DQ'd some nice fish last year.
that's awful.
Really nice fish.
Yeah, so safety is always paramount. Do the things, the safe things when you're out fishing. Wear your PFD. Uh, have a knife to cut tethers and ropes if you get trapped with your gear. Have a whistle to get help if you need it. And even more importantly, go with a friend, or if you go by yourself, make sure somebody knows you're where you're at. If you're floating a river, where you're taking out, and the times that your estimated times of in and out of water, so people can follow up and check on it. Good point, Kyle. Let's see it. Oh, where were we going to go with this? Um,
John, do you know if my kayak safety article is still up on the website by any chance?
well,
I think I wrote one quite a bit ago. Maybe we can link that on the video if it's still there. I don't know if it's still up or not, but I'm pretty sure I did one a while back. And if not, then I can get it for you. And it goes over everything, like what you should do prior, what you need to do when you're out on the water, creating float plans, how to do that, how to let people know where you are, what you need to be safe, like all that kind of stuff. So I can
so,
definitely
as a matter of fact, I've got the
get that to
Feelfree.
you if it's not there.
Yeah, the Feelfree page is up on our page right here, right now, while you're talking, and I'm going to show the folks here where they can go look for the blogs. Now, if you look up here to the far right underneath the Feelfree tab, you see dealers, then blog, then F3 team. So look at the blog, and you can see all the articles that our guys have wrote. Okay, and let's see if Kyle's is up here. When did you write that, Kyle? There's your cold.
Oh
There's a
man, it's been a couple of years.
cold water survival.
I'm sure it's been a couple of years.
"10 tips to succeeding in kayak fishing tournaments." Guys might want to read that. It goes back to November of 22. And Bobby Ulrich has really been doing a great job of getting our content up. So it may have gotten washed down, but that's something that maybe we can find and we can share.
I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, it looks
Let's
like
talk to
it's
Ricky for a little bit. I'll get it for you.
okay. Sounds good. Ricky, so I
Yes,
saw
sir.
you. Now, we talked about the grand prize.
Yes.
The grand prize for this event is a Moken 10 PDL. And guys,
That's awesome.
Captain Ricky Banks here has a YouTube page. Tell them where that YouTube page can be found, brother.
We're doing Feelfree Kayaks Wildside, and we're getting it up and running. And what we want to do is go in, fish areas. We're going to start teaching what we look for to find these fish, the conditions sometimes that change the fish behavior, change the movements. It is going to go on the educational side, and I'm really not going to be too concerned about am I spot burning something, because we're just going to give a general location, and then we're going to pinpoint what I would look for. And I actually added some of that in one of the videos, and we had a condition of very high water, and we were fishing cliff edges on this lake, and we had some washouts, and these big bass were pre-staging up on the washouts because it's easy sand for them to start fanning their beds. And when we went out, we really tore the fish up. And
Well,
then 2 weeks later,
now, one of the things I
yeah,
wanted you to touch on, Ricky, is I know you've got a lot of fishing content up, but some of the most recent content is regarding our grand prize, which is your Moken 10 PDL that you,
oh
uh,
yes,
yeah. So
yes,
if you could just talk about that kayak a little bit, that would be wonderful.
absolutely. The Moken 10 PDL is to me a do all kayak. It is so light. I mean, everybody will gripe and say, "Oh, it's 72 pounds. It's heavy," or this, that, and the other. I just had both hips done, and I can launch this thing anywhere I choose. And the lightness of it is great. It's very agile, nimble. The steering on it, you can pedal it up super fast. It moves out, and throw the rudder, and you'll jump from primary to secondary right now, and you'll make a U-turn. It's really impressive. The construction of it is great. The rapid drive, I feel, is very robust. It does a great job. I am working with someone on the side, waiting to get a kit from him, but it's actually going to elevate the seat, I think, 3 inches. And it's very unique what he's doing, and very smart. So that would add, again, more under storage, under your seat and what have you.
Definitely,
But
yeah.
overall for the boat, I mean, I give it a solid 9. There's a few things I would change, just like anything you would get in. You always, because you want to fit it to your
Exactly.
style of fishing, but it's a solid 9 boat.
Kyle, I see you made a post on your link there. Tell everybody about where.
Yeah. So that article is what I was talking about. It goes over safety not as much as I thought it did. But it's a really good general checklist to just kind of get yourself ready for your day. And in getting yourself ready for your day, you got to go through that checklist, whether you got your PFD and your knife and you have your float plan with your family and everybody knows where you're going to be.
Right.
I know guys that have been out and they don't have one and people have gone looking for them. Several years ago, there was actually a death at KBF Nationals and
Yep.
nobody knew where she was.
Right.
And they ended up having to like go out and try to find her. I don't know if a float plan would have helped in that situation because I don't even think they really know what happened. But I mean, it does happen, guys. So I mean, it's super important that you have float plans and people know where you're going to be. I try to tell people when I leave, hey, I'm launching from here. I'm planning on fishing this side of the lake. I'm going to go back into the river. I'm coming out of the river and I'm going to fish the back part of the lake and I'm heading in.
Hey
Like
guys, and
that is.
that's a great point. I mean, and with technology too. I mean, all of us have iPhones or Samsungs. There's an app called Life 360. A lot of parents use it when they give their kids a cell phone. They'll put that on their phone so they can keep track of where their kids are. Plus, it's a pretty cool features on it. Like it'll show you when you're driving, your speeds. So like if I'm looking to see when Beth is coming home, I can look on Life 360 and see where she's at, and I'll know how fast she's going. So I can screenshot it and then give her a hard time about how fast she was going instead of running the speed limit. But no, I mean, so my point behind that is Life 360 is an app that you can use, or you can set up your sharing your location sharing on your phones. So like if I'm with Kyle and he goes one direction and I go another, and then he tries to reach me and can't reach me, he can look at my location on his phone and pretty much find me in a general area. So that's something, guys, that we recommend you look at. Um, Safety first, as us three are preaching.
One of the things that like my group, when we used to go out all the time, we used to fish a lot of the like one night stands that KBF does. And those are, you pick one night on a certain weekend of the month and that's your night and you fish it and it's a tournament. And we would get a group of like 4 or 5 guys together and we'd all go out to the same lake and we'd all fish the same exact lake. And we would all have walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
So we can contact each other and be all like, hey man, like where you at? You on them? Like, and we would like help each other out. Like we're all competing against each other, but we'd help each other out. And we use it all. We use the walkie-talkies all the time. We would call each other and be all like, hey, let's meet up on this island and like let's make dinner and have dinner together, and we'd all like kind of convene over and have dinner. But it like walkie-talkies are paramount. Or if you're out in the ocean, satellite phones.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. They can pinpoint you to a 3 foot area with that satellite phone. I mean, GPS locations. So see, we got Eric in the chat, Verge, Shook, Jason West, Gary Pike, Kyle Matlock. Well, of course, Kyle Matlock's in the chat. He's in the live chat too. And appreciate you guys tuning in and chatting with us. Any other things you guys want to touch on before we sign off?
You were talking about the Moken, the new Moken. So I didn't really get to chime in on that. I have
Yes.
not actually seen one in person. However, I have talked to Dan from Headwaters here in California, and he was fortunate enough to be one of the very first people on the Moken in like the Western US.
Yeah.
And he says the boat is absolutely amazing. Like
Well,
I am seriously thinking about changing my new boat order that I'm going to be putting in at the end of the summer from a Dorado to one of the new Mokens. Like I don't do a lot of river fishing. I do a ton of lake fishing because we don't have rivers here to fish. But from what he's saying, like it is stable, it's fast, it turns on a dime, it pedals easy with that new rapid drive.
Yeah.
The pedal system is quiet. Like he didn't have a single bad thing to say about that boat, and that is big coming from a guy that ran the Lodi store of Headwaters for I don't know how many years, and then just recently took over the Reading store where his parents owned. Like, he is the premier kayak dealer in California and is our West Coast Feelfree distributor.
Yeah, I figure
So,
he will definitely have a great YouTube video coming out in the very, very near future. He's
I'm sure he will.
yeah, he
I'm sure he
promotes,
will.
he gives a good solid review of all the kayaks that he runs and tests. So I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
So good point, brother.
Yeah,
Good
I think
point.
he just released one, and it was pretty good. And he flat stood up for that kayak. It is very impressive. Whoever gets to win this one is going to be tickled to death. I love to get underneath a lot of these overhang banks, and you talk about safety, and you got to read these trees because I mean, there's a lot of them busted, laying down, and you got to watch what you're doing. And I like to skip a lot, and that little kayak, you just cruise right around. It is fantastic.
I don't think people understand or realize uh, the rating of the Moken 10. I mean, I'm
Yes,
260-pound man, and I take my
yep,
wife's out all the time. We've got it outfitted with a Bixby J2 motor. It'll push Beth
right.
around over 4 miles an hour. It'll push me at 3.6. And I mean, the boat's rated at over 420 pounds. It can carry a
Yep,
load for a 10-foot kayak. Highly recommend it
absolutely.
for people to look at it. I think
Yeah,
Kyle's
absolutely.
frozen.
I love it.
There he is. Okay, he's back.
Um, Sorry, I'm scrolling around on the Headwaters YouTube page. He doesn't actually have one up yet. I would assume that he's got one in the makings. Maybe he did something on Facebook, Rick. Um,
Yeah, I had seen it. Actually, no, there was a short YouTube one, and they had just gotten in the 10 PDL, and he's with a younger guy, and the younger guy is in it pedaling it, and they were just loving it. And he said he was very impressed with the stabilities.
so it was just like a little short that he did.
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
all it was a short on it. Yes.
let's
Okay,
see.
that makes sense. And
See if I can find it. I'll link.
the other thing, guys, is that the way these boats are designed, they didn't really take anything off the rear ends of them. So all the accessories that are made to add the
Yes.
NK180s and the trolling motors that are made from Yak Gadget or other yak companies that make accessories, um, you can still get those for these pedal drives. Add your motor to it, and then when get from use it to get your point A to point B, and then drop that pedal drive down and start fishing. So another
Yes.
advantage of the boat. I mean, I like I mentioned when I was talking to Roland earlier, I use the Moken 12.5 as my river and lake and saltwater. It's my go-to boat the last 2 years since I've been out of the Dorado, and I've got the NK180, the 24 volt from Z Pro hooked up to it. That pushes me at 5 miles an hour. So I'm really
Wow.
looking forward to seeing what it, the what this new Moken will do, and I'm going to put that motor on the back of it and give it a good test
Mhm.
run.
That's crazy. You said your wife has a 10, has a Moken 10.
Yeah, we have the Moken 10. I've got the Bixby J2 on it with the it's back. I actually had a pod mount that I got originally for it when I was running at my 12.5, and then when I put it on her Moken, I put it on the Yak or the who made that? It comes from Bixby. It's another kayak company makes the rudder kit. Um, Vibe, the Vibe rudder kit, and so she can steer it with her foot control and use the remote control it up and down her speeds. We got a lot of good video when we were down in Rick's neck of woods a couple weeks back in Tennessee down at Dale Hollow when she caught a couple big fish down there. and I got her motored around. It was a great trip. But I mean, I don't want to understate the Moken series. The Moken 10 will hold over 400 pounds. It's a great kayak for
Yeah,
guys like
I
me,
think.
and easy to throw in the back of the truck where it weighs it's so light. I mean, it's a great kayak.
Yeah, I think the standard Moken is 440 pounds.
It's up there. I think it's one
Yeah.
of the highest rated weight kayaks that we have in the brand. So,
Hmm.
well, guys,
They're impressive.
I want to thank you. Let's get some closing thoughts. We've been on here almost an hour. Uh, I want to thank the guys that are out there from the team that have been chatting with us in the chat. I see we got 11 to 12, 13 viewers right now. Got a couple over on YouTube as well. So appreciate you all tuning in and watching Rick and Matt and Kyle and us sit here and chat about all things Feel Free. Especially, we love the fact that we're getting ready to start the Summer Slam again. Hope you guys are ready to do that, and it's going to be a good time. Go ahead, Rick.
Oh, I'm just happy to be part of this beautiful family. I mean, it's there's so much knowledge that is there available to share, and I have yet to have anybody not want to help me. And in this, and for SummerSlam, the biggest thing that I could stress, and it was already said, safety. Be safe about what you do. Have your plan, and stick with it. If you change it, communicate it.
Amen. Kyle.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, like Rick said, it's a family, and I'm very grateful to be part of it. I appreciate everybody from the Feel Free family that's reached out to me with everything that's been going on the past couple of days. It's greatly appreciated. And for everybody that's not part of this Feel Free family, like on the team and stuff, I am really looking forward to this Summer Slam and judging some cool fish. This is literally my favorite part of the year, and like I said earlier, I don't even participate in it. I just judge it, and it's amazing, and I love it so
Hey,
much.
man, and I'm glad you brought that up. And I want to reiterate to all of you guys, team members and Feel Free customers, you don't have to fish to win. We have a $25 e-gift that we're going to be giving away if you go out and catch a sunset, catch a great shot with your kayak out on the water. Hashtag it, post it on all the pages. You can go to Tourney X, look at the rules, and if you post it, use our hashtags, you're going to have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to our store. You can buy accessories for your kayak. I mean, so make sure you don't forget your camera when you're out. If you see a cool shot, deer in the water, uh, hawks swooping down to grab a rabbit, eagle getting a fish. I mean, or Ricky Banks flipping his boat. I mean, we want to see it.
There you
All right, guys. Hey, nothing but love for you. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Let's get out of here and go home and get some rest. Or for Kyle, eat dinner before you have rest of your evening here.
go. Prayers
Yeah,
and healing, man.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're getting ready to go grab some food and go see a movie actually, because
Out,
I've been laid up for 4 days. So nice
outstanding,
to be
man.
out of the house.
Well, nothing but love for you, and we hope that your health woes are quickly in your past and you're back out at full speed, full recovery.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, guys. So that was the Feel Free Fishing team. We had Kyle and Ricky on. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We're going to sign off. Make sure you go look at Tourney X, get signed up. We're going to limit the first 100 off the bat, and then as time goes, we may increase the limit, but we want to see if we can get 100 of you involved in the Summer Slam event. This is John Rapp. Wish y'all nothing but the best. I don't think you can hear the frogs, but they're singing back here at the lake behind me. Leaving you here from the beautiful Ace Adventure Resort in Oak Hill. Go check them out. Nothing but love for you. Be safe.